David, specifically, this goes out to you. I'm going to show you what a true #1 contender does. He challenges the best of the best. He goes for the top 5 players and makes sure he makes all of them lose to him to prove that he is the best. So David, take a lesson from the Kingslayer. Watch this match closely and pay very close attention, because this is what a true champion does.
And 5, 4, 3, 2.
Complete guess. I'm gonna go Hawkeye.
And your winner, Mike, the Hype Man.
Because he came in swinging at me and say to look closely and take lessons. I'm sorry. If I am playing, I will try and hit my 3 and my 5, something you have never done. So if you want to be a champion, take a lesson from me. You have to start studying on those deep cuts, my friend. And with your record in Geektacular, unless you win World War Geek, which, let's be honest, it's rather difficult, we are probably not going to cross paths for a while, because I am higher in the ranks than you. You and me in both our singles debuts.
You challenge me in singles. And I have 2 words for you, Davey boy. You're on.
Hello and what's up, Face-Off fanatics? Welcome back once again to the Movie Trivia Face-Off. As always, I am here, and lucky you that I am, because today is a big day. It's a crazy day. Singles matchup coming your way with 2 amazing competitors entering the ring. We've got David Spaniard coming up against, of course, Ruben, the Kingslayer Colon, maybe looking to take that title. He's #1 in Geek, David, but I guess Ruben could say he slayed a king. And today there are jokers to the left of me and clowns to the right, as I'm joined on the desk by the one and only Adelaide Spence.
Hello. This will be fun.
Well, Adelaide, it's been a while since I've seen you, and I will admit, you do look good in a crown, but I don't know if we're going to be real friendly just yet. That being said, you are here. I'm stuck with you, so I am bound to ask you, by contractual obligation only, what do you think about this matchup? What are we going to see today out of these 2?
Nothing. Is that the right answer? Yes, David beat me, and good for him. That was a great match. And Ruben, one of the most dangerous geek competitors in our field. Both great competitors, but this is singles. And I'm not great here either. I'm not great anywhere. But, you have to expect something new out of them. They challenge each other here for a reason. You have to hope that they're good at this, right?
Well, that is the perfect metaphor for this match coming up, Adelaide. That's right. It's like a singles mixer and 2 guys who could not be more uncomfortable trying to score today. Let's take it to the pre-match interviews with David García and Ruben Colon.
Oh, Davey boy, it looks like you finally decided to get in the ring with me. Not the area I thought we would be in here battling it out for, but it's still a chance for me to, well, put you where you belong. Put you down under, 6 feet down under in a grave, because I am going to demolish you.
So, I'm making my singles debut today, something I never thought I would say.
All I know is that I'm here to make sure someone like you learns a lesson, and that lesson, don't mess with the League of Shadows, my boy.
I am not planning to come back. I'm not going to play another singles match ever. Ruben, if you are someone who wants to dominate, if you have a faction who wants to dominate, you need to be smart. Playing me in singles, it's not a smart move. Why, you ask? Because, I am so smart, I am going to demolish you. No, I am not. Everyone knows that I am probably the worst singles player in all the fan leagues.
You're going to be battling for your life today. Good luck, Davy boy.
You were desperate to get something on me, and you dig your own grave. There is no situation where you win here. If you win, you lose. No one is going to respect you for beating me. Come on. So let's just have fun, Ruru. And I mean, you are probably going to win, but it's going to mean nothing.
All right, look at that. Two competitors fired up to face each other and both brimming. I say absolutely brimming with confidence. I'm going to go ahead and leave that Ruru comment up to my cohort on the desk here. But I will say, Ruben Colon coming after Garcia, you know I like that. But he also called him Davy Boy. And as a pro wrestling fan for a long time, Ruben, that name belongs to the British Bulldog. Do not call him Davy Boy. From now on, he is no more than Lil Davy Spaniard. And with these two competitors ready to face off tooth and nail, I'm ready to get them in here and have a whole lot of fun watching some wrong answers hit that board. How about you, Adelaide?
Lowest score wins, right?
Not today. All right, and with that, let's go ahead and get our competitors into the ring. Introducing first, making his singles debut, he is David, the Spaniard, Garcia.
Hey, guys.
Well, here we are again. David Garcia looks like he's ready to get into a match, but as you said, Adelaide, not a geek match. He does know his competitor, however. Let's get him in here and have them face off for you, the fans. It is his opponent. Introducing, making his singles debut, Ruben, the Kingslayer, Colon.
Let's get this over with.
Let's get this over with indeed. I remember the last time that those words were said and you and I were in the same room, Adelaide. We were just emptying some detritus out of the trunk of a car. You can't prove anything, no matter how hard you try, cops.
I don't know that word.
Competitors on the desk, we've got two ready to face off. And of course, as mentioned, brimming with that absolute confidence that only the best of singles competitors could have. Ruben Colon, are you ready?
Let's do this.
And Lil Davy Spaniard, you good to go, buddy?
I am ready. I am ready.
You know, that was a place I did not like, but this is going to go a place you'll like, fans, as we get into it. Let's get ready to face off. All right, gentlemen, here are your rules for round number one. In round number one, each competitor will receive 8 questions from various movie trivia categories. Each question will be worth a total of 1 point. Once we ask the question, you will have approximately 15 seconds to write down your best attempt at an answer on your whiteboards. Please keep your hands and whiteboards on screen at all times while questions are being asked. Once we ask for you by name, please show us your whiteboard and verbalize your answer at the same time. An incorrect answer carries no penalty. A correct answer, as mentioned, will get you 1 point. Throughout the course of this match, each competitor will have 3 repeats available to them. You may reset your timer, ask for that question to be asked again. If you didn't hear it, just need that time, please use a repeat. 3 each for the match, and 1 challenge rule. If you have a problem with one of the questions that was asked, the way it was written, something along those lines, please let us know with a challenge. If your challenge is upheld, you will keep your challenge and be able to use it again in the match. If your challenge is overturned, you will lose it and will not have availability of that challenge for the remainder of the match. With the rules in place, let's go ahead and ask our competitors one last time. David, are you ready?
Mm-hmm.
Ruben, are you ready?
Yeah, let's do it.
And with your first question, you should see him in a crown, Adelaide Spence.
Oh, wow. Okay, Billie Eilish. Your first question comes in the category of dramas. What is Morgan Freeman's character's nickname in The Shawshank Redemption? Al, you're a fan of shanking, right?
I absolutely am a fan of shanking. I don't know if I've ever shawed, however.
You don't normally describe with the Hobbs, but sometimes not so much.
Absolutely. Everybody's got to have hobbies. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down.
Let's go with Ruben first.
No clue. Spider.
Not Robert Parker. No, David.
Richie?
Wrong R. We're looking for the color of elk shirt, red.
Okay.
Maybe it's because he's Irish, and apparently both our competitors do not have a subscription on their cable service to TNT. Please feel free to sign up anytime soon. Your next question, gentlemen, number 2 in this round, in the category of movie quotes. What film has the line, "Father to a murdered son, husband to a murdered wife, and I will have my vengeance in this life or the next"? Are you sure this was a movie, Spence? I'm pretty sure I said this to some guy at the club last night.
Only if you believe in reincarnation.
There's 2 different movies. I think of. Interesting.
I can promise you it's only said in one.
And he might need to know that one in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. David García, we will go to you first.
The Punisher?
The Punisher is incorrect. Ruben.
I thought the same thing. I was between I Road to Perdition and Punisher.
The correct answer is Gladiator.
Both competitors thinking they're still in a geektacular match. Little do they know, they're wrong. But we're used to that. As we get into your third question in the category of comedies. Thank you. What is the name of the love interest in 16 Candles? What was your 16th birthday like, Elk?
I've got to be honest with you. The elk has lived a long and fruitful life, but the one suffering, the one casualty that has come up in my days is my memory, and I pretty much don't remember anything before 2 weeks ago, which is why I'm such a great movie trivia competitor.
Are you okay? Can you go to the hospital?
Not right now. Don't want to get sick. Stay safe and wash your hands. 5, 4, 3, 2,
And don't touch your face.
1. Pens are down.
Hey, let's go to Ruben first.
Molly, obviously.
That's not a boy. David.
Oh, I didn't even hear that part.
We were looking for the name of Hannah Montana's boyfriend, Jake Ryan.
Jake Ryan, and we have a barn burner of a match undergoing right now. We've got 0-0. Could not be tighter than this. Let's move on to your next question, gentlemen. And for the love of God, can one of you get this right? Ruben, I'm looking at you. Category of crime films. Shane Black directed what 2016 film starring Ryan Gosling and Russell Crowe? Now, based on the previous answer to a question about Gladiator, I'm not sure they've seen a movie starring Russell Crowe, but Ryan Gosling perhaps may have gotten one of these two boys into the theater.
I'm trying to think of anything I can joke about Russell Crowe. No, he's just a bad human being. Ryan Gosling, though, call me. Hello, Mr. Photoshop.
I don't know about how he is as a human being, but I know about his singing voice. We've got 5.
And his dancing ability. Or
3,
what lacks thereof.
2, and 30-odd foot of grunt. Pens down. We will go first to David. Does he know the Ryan Gosling and Russell Crowe 2016 film directed by Shane Black?
I don't even know a 2016 crime movie, so I didn't write anything.
And Ruben.
What a loser. Didn't even write anything. I wrote a happy face.
And we are looking for, of course,
many
the two people up here on the desk, the nice guys.
You're nice.
Oh, when I want to be.
Yeah, I don't think so. Please, for the love of God, get this. In the category of Tom Hanks movies, what is the name of the volleyball in Castaway?
Oh, okay.
This is a Dagnino Burnett level matchup we've got going on here, Adelaide. I have a feeling this was going to go down in the record books as legendary. And if neither competitor can answer this particular question, it will never be forgotten.
I will never let them live this down.
And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down.
Ruben, please, for the love of God.
Well, I am a championship level competitor. Obviously, it's Wilson.
You are not, but that is a correct answer.
Hey.
David.
And he's on the board.
Wilson.
Yeah.
Not as
I
happy
gave you
as
a softball and you actually bunted it. Good
I
job.
don't think that was a softball. I think it's actually a volleyball. I know they're not. Anyway, moving on to your next question, gentlemen. Ruben, good work getting on the board. David, stop it. Question number 8. What is the title of the song? Oh, I'm sorry. Your category is musicals. Question number 8 is in the category of musicals. What is the title of the song Amos sings in Chicago? Do you think he sings a different song in St. Louis or Philadelphia or New York?
It really depends on insert plot details in Meet Me in St. Louis and other musicals based on cities. Prison industrial complex. Yep.
And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We go to Mr. Garcia.
They had it coming?
They had it coming. Incorrect, Ruben.
God, David, you're such an idiot. It's I love strippers.
Well, that is an interesting answer. I don't know if we're going to have to put our language filter on that one for the little kiddies out there, but the correct answer, gentlemen, was Mr. Cellophane.
Okay, They Had It Coming was in Chicago, right?
That is not even the name of the song, David. Educate yourself.
Come on,
the next
David.
question comes in the category of something I know David loves, Oscars. What actor got posthumous nominations for East of Eden and Giant?
You know, that is a wonderful observation. A lot of people might not know that David Spaniard really does love his Oscars. He loves Oscar Jimenez, Oscar Gutierrez.
Oscar Isaac.
Pretty much all of them.
If only we could get inside Llewyn Davis. Am I right, girls?
Woo! 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens are down. And we...
Ruben, please save us.
Oh, it's that handsome, gorgeous-looking Ruben Colon.
Correct on
Not
or wrong on both
even
accounts. Sorry.
close to the person you're looking for.
David.
Smiley face.
Not knowing that Ruben was actually dead. The answer is James Dean, creator of
Oh my
many
God.
great sausages.
You might know, yes. I was going to make the exact
I
same
swear I was
breakfast
going to make a
sausage
joke
out of
and
it.
say James Dean. Oh, man.
And it's a shame he didn't go with his joke answer because that still would have been better than an answer he knew could not get points on the board.
And
What a
remember, Ruben,
matchup
no
we have
swearing.
coming
for the
into
kids.
your final question of the round. Gentlemen, it's locked up. It's neck and neck. It's a tie at 1-1. The question number 10 to double your first round scores is what Broadway... Your question to tie the game at 2 points apiece and double your first round scores in the category of animated. What Broadway star voices Timon in 1994's The Lion King? Now, I gotta say, Spence, this is an impressive showing from both these. I am blown away by the knowledge on display here today.
You know what the sad part is? This is more points than I got in my last singles match, at least in round 1.
Well, you can't win them all, and the way they're scoring today, I don't even know if either of our competitors will win this match, but we'll find out about this question in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens are down. David, for 100% increase in score, what did you have?
I don't know. Brian Collins. I don't know if he's a real person.
And with that incorrect answer, we move to your opponent, Ruben.
I'm wrong. I said Nathan Lane.
Nathan Lane is correct
Oh,
for
hey.
a big point, taking the lead, and a massive, massive lead it is. He's got twice the points his opponent has at a big, big 2-1 as we come on to round number 1. Adelaide, thoughts, comments, sassy remarks?
I guess Ruben likes road because he went down the right lane. Thank you. You can find me nowhere and never because you don't want to hear me ever again.
My apologies, Ruben, for my counterpart being so rude to you. We will, of course, have 2 more rounds coming at our competitors in this matchup. Ones where they can hope to get, in fact, twice their current score or their whole current score per question. Let's get into the rules for round number 2. Your rules for round number 2, gentlemen, are as follows. Each of you will receive 4 questions from a movie trivia category, which you will select by spinning the movie trivia category wheel. Your categories on the wheel today are Pixar, musicals, dance movies, classics, drama, Netflix originals, Star Wars, Tim Burton, and of course, as always, spinners, and my favorite, opponent's choice on that wheel. Once you spin the wheel, you will have 1 option to respin, unless, of course, you land on opponent's choice, or a category that's already been spun, in which case you will be forced to respin and not charge your mulligan. Once you've selected a category, you will receive those 4 questions, each question worth 2 points. Stealing is live in this round. Should you miss a question, your opponent may steal for the current value of the question, and that value will go down to 1 point if you at any point ask for multiple choice, in which case you will be given 4 possible answers, one of which will be the correct answer. At this time, with a score of 2-1, and all repeats and challenges still in effect, Ruben Colon with the massive lead. Would you like to spin first or defer to your opponent?
I'm going to be a gentleman and go first.
A gentleman always comes first. Wait.
Yeah.
All right, let's get that wheel ready. Ruben, spin it at your will.
Yikes.
And
oh, isn't that
coming
cute?
down on Pixar. Pixar, Ruben, would you like to keep Pixar?
I haven't restudied it all, but yeah, sure. Why not?
Pixar it is. 4 questions will be coming your way, Ruben, and Adelaide Spence will be asking your questions.
Sure. Ruben, your first question in the category of Pixar. What is the name of the ship in WALL-E?
Oh, I want to make sure I pronounce that correctly. That axiom.
5.
Right, I'll just go for it. I'm pretty sure I'm going to pronounce it incorrectly. It's axiom.
2. That is correct for 2 points.
Okay.
Your second question. In Finding Nemo, a fish named Deb says a reflection is her sister. What name does she give her reflection?
Flo.
That is correct for another 2 points.
Very different from me. My reflection is called Hey There, Good Looking.
That is also incorrect. Your third question. Hayden Panettiere voices a character in which Pixar film?
A Bug's Life.
Correct for 2 points.
Looking like a massive round for Ruben so far. Good choice staying with Pixar. Can he go perfect?
We'll see. And your last question. What is the name of the dead chef Linguini is related to in Ratatouille?
Can I just say the last name?
Yes.
Gusso.
That's correct for another 2 points. Ruben got lucky with his spin.
Absolutely. Ruben did get lucky with that spin, coming out with now a 10-1 lead. David García just looking to get on the board, needs to hit some points to stay out of that KO, that TKO territory. And that first round could be an indicator he can't do it. But we saw what Ruben did when it was his turn. And now it's David's chance to step up and spin that wheel. Let's bring that up for him. All right, David, whenever you're ready, please feel free to spin opponent's choice.
Sure, spin it.
And not quite enough for what I wanted, but I see a category David's definitely going to love. He's soft shoeing, he's balleting, dance movies.
Let's spin again.
See that? Even now, still dancing, just wants to spin, spin, spin the whole day away.
David looking
and
for
it is
not that.
My prayers have been answered. Opponent's choice is the hit, and that means that Ruben has a choice to make. What do you want to give David Spaniard? Remember, if you pick correctly here and manage to shut David out or get some steals, you can take this whole thing down in round 2. What do you got?
Let's do dance movies.
Dance movies it is. So many great dance movies out there. And I know David, he spends all his days watching those pliés and those leaps and saying to himself, if only I could have been a dancer in New York City, like I always dreamt of being. Here's your chance, David. Make those dreams come true. Dance movies, 4 questions. Question number 1. Who directed 2018's Suspiria?
Multiple choice.
Your multiple choice options are A. Luca Guadagnino, B. Panos Cosmatos, C. Yorgos Lanthimos, or D. Darren Aronofsky.
A.
Luca Guadagnino, correct for a point.
Wow.
Manages to get himself up to 2. 3 questions remaining in the round. David, your second question in dance movies. What year saw the release of Black Swan?
Guess a number.
2013.
2013 is incorrect. We go to Ruben for the chance to steal.
I don't know. 2009.
2010 is the answer we were looking for. No points on the board for either player.
Ruben getting what he's very familiar with.
This round for David. Let's keep it going. Question number 3, dance movies. David, what famous singer plays the owner of the club in Burlesque?
Cher.
Cher, correct for a big 2 points, moving him up on his opponent. David up to 4 in total. Could make it as little as a 4-point lead if he does well in this, his final dance movies question. In Showgirls, what is the name of the club Crystal Connors works at that Nomi wants to work at as well? Now this, not a great movie, but we've got multiple choice options for you. David, A, The Goddess, B, The Banksy, C, The Cheetah Club, D, Dance Dance Resolution.
The Goddess.
The Goddess, absolutely correct for 1 big point, and Dance Dance Resolution a call out to my man Jason from Florida and his dance crew. Very well done by the question writer on that one. Love it. And David managing to navigate pretty good on an opponent's choice. He does not go for multiple choice on one.
I think David has just a pile of rabbits behind him because he has a lot of lucky feet lying around. No way did I expect 4 points in dance movies, let alone this match to not end in a KO, seeing that Ruben spun his strength.
Absolutely. Ruben still in a commanding lead, of course.
I said this was a win-win situation for me.
Okay, but David, the important people are talking, so let us keep going. So, Andrew, Mr. Elk, round 3. Are we going to need to get a TKO?
It is a real possibility. As I was saying, it's that 5-point number, that magic number, 4 or 5. That's where you want to be to give yourself a chance, because even a miss on the 5 could get you all the way to sudden death as long as you do well on your questions. Your opponent has to answer back. That being said, you still have to get there first. Will David Spaniard be able to climb that mountain and answer at least his 5-point, or possibly his 2, his 3, and maybe his 5 as well? We will see coming into round number 3, gentlemen. The rules for round number 3 are as follows. In round number 3, each competitor will give us 3 numbers. Each of those numbers will correspond to a movie trivia category, and we will ask you a question from that category. These questions will be worth 2 points, then 3 points, and then 5 points in the order of the numbers you have selected. You will be selecting from numbers between 1 and 15 today. 1 and 15 will be your range. At this time, you have all your repeats and your challenges still remaining, both competitors. At the moment, we have Ruben in the lead. Ruben, please give us your 3 numbers.
We'll do 14, 3, and 9.
14, 3, and 9 for Ruben. David Spaniard, you will be answering your questions first. What 3 numbers would you like from 1 to 15?
I didn't listen what he picked, but I am going to say, is it 2 picked?
I'm sorry.
2, 3, and 11 are picked.
2 and 11 are free. 3 has been picked.
Oh, I don't even remember my numbers.
Okay, so 2, 4, and 11.
2, 4, and 11 for Spaniard. And Spaniard, you will be receiving your questions first. Those questions will be brought to you by the Queen, Adelaide Spence.
Ooh, I'm Freddie Mercury. Okay, great. David, your first question for 2 points is in the category of dramas. Ben Affleck directed what film about the CIA dressing as a film crew to save hostages?
The Accountant?
I'm sorry, we were looking for Argo. As in Argo, you can finish the rest.
I knew one.
All right, we're going to stay with David. He definitely needs to start getting on the board with his next 2 questions. So throw it back to Ruben.
Yep. David, your 3-pointer comes in the category of 1980s. In The Breakfast Club, what trick does Claire say she can do, which she then demonstrates?
Five, 4, 3,
Repeat.
2.
Your first repeat down. Category 1980s. In The Breakfast Club, what trick does Claire say she can do, which she then demonstrates?
Definitely getting close to a must-make situation for Spaniard here. Really racking that tiny, tiny brain. Will he be able to answer the question?
Touching the tip of her nose with her tongue.
Well, I was looking for something that Elk did a lot in high school, putting lipstick on without her hands.
Ah, okay.
Yes. And with that, we go to your 5-point question. And just a reminder to the viewers, if David misses this, Ruben wins by TKO. If he hits the game is tied, it goes back to Ruben.
Shocker.
And I love that this is happening. David, your 5-pointer comes in the question of Gary Oldman movies.
Ooh.
For 5 big points. Oldman starred alongside Matthew McConaughey in what Matthew Bright film?
Keep the banter to a minimum, but real quick, I've seen this movie. This is a bad movie. Our question writer should be ashamed.
I own it. And I'm ashamed of owning it.
Fair response, I think. David's response in 5, 4, 3, 2. That's a repeat second on the board.
Yep. One more repeat remaining as you get your 5-point question. Oldman starred alongside Matthew McConaughey in what Matthew Bright film?
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Repeat.
Your
Final
last
one
repeat.
on the board.
Oldman starred alongside Matthew McConaughey in what Matthew Bright film?
Well, let's go for it. The Darkest Hour.
And your winner,
by way of technical knockout, Ruben the Kingslayer Colon. We are looking for Tiptoes.
Obviously.
Tiptoes.
Ruben,
Awful,
you didn't know that.
Awful movie. Gary Oldman plays a midget and looks like
Little person. Yikes. Walking out of this match today, Ruben with a 1-0 record in the singles division with a TKO over one of the former #1 seeds in Geektacular, David the Spaniard García. Elk. Was expected. Did we expect one of the lowest scoring matches of all time today?
everything you said is true. This was a low-scoring match. It was not exactly what we would hope to see from some seasoned competitors. And David Spaniard did, in fact, used to be the #1 ranked in Geektacular. All that no longer true. All that's true today is big win going in the column for Ruben Colon in what I can only imagine will be the match he tells his children about when he gets a little bit older. This is the one he's going to remember. And of course, you're going to remember it out there as well. Fans, after watching something like that, it's like two kids trying to have a slap fight on the playground at recess. Let's see what they have to say when we take them to the principal's office. We will go to your post-match interviews with both your competitors right now.
And we are here. Hello, welcome to, I don't have a name for this lovely little white wall here, but we are interviewing David García after a performance today in the singles division. You honestly outperformed what a lot of people were expecting. How do you feel coming out of today?
I'm feeling great. Come on. So I could have done better because there were some round 1 questions that I should have gotten. But round 2, he got his strength. I got opponent's choice. This match should have been a knockout. And it wasn't, because I don't know how I knew all those dance movies things. But I had 3 goals for this match. 1, I didn't want to break the lowest scoring record, and I didn't. 2, I wanted to answer some questions correctly, and I did. 3, I didn't want to be knocked out, and I didn't. And as I said, this is a win-win situation for me. He didn't. Ruben Colon was the one who wants to play in singles. He asked for a debut opponent in singles, and I gave him one. Now, everyone saw Me, the worst player in singles, probably in all the fan leagues. I got opponents, he got his strength, and I still managed to go to round 3. Nobody is going to respect Ruben in singles now. It's just perfect.
I mean, you're assuming people respect him in the first place. This League of Shadows thing is honestly very interesting. You get a group of some of the greatest geek competitors and say, hey, win a singles title. You push them, not to their limits, but you did push them today. You made an impression on the League of Shadows by not being knocked out, with Ruben getting a softball in terms of his strength on the wheel.
All right. The thing is, Ruben is not smart. I mean, let's just call it what it is. He took the bait, as I said in my pre-match interview. I knew this was going to. I honestly thought it was going to be a knockout. I knew this was going to happen. It happened way better than I thought. So this situation right now, it's not a win for the League of Shadows, and we all know it.
Well, see, that being said, David,
yeah,
you are 0-1, and you may get a chance to compete in singles again. So is there anybody else you'd like to challenge and get more than 5 points next time?
No. Do you really think I want to go to make a career in singles?
I mean, I could use a win.
I mean, sure, I will play you if you want. I will put the Star Wars. I will put the Star Wars on the wheel, and if I spin it, you better do well in round 1, my buddy.
So it is confirmed today, unless David wants me to beat him, he is retiring from the singles division.
I mean, look, okay, I am not retiring. I will play like anyone like Ruben, who is kind of, I was going to do a swearing word, but so who is bothering me just to make them look bad beating me? Like I said, this match went better than I thought. I was completely pressureless today. I wasn't nervous at all. I am nervous in all my geektacular matches. This was just fun. Watching Ruben struggle to knock me out and looking at his face when I got all those questions in dance movies, it was priceless.
So that's great to hear. This has been going on for a while, and I'm going to talk to you eventually if I get a rematch in Geek, or we might cross each other's paths later down the line, in singles maybe. But I do need to go to the other half of this interview. So, David, I'm talking to you, and now I'm not. Now we go over to Ruben, the Cuban, the Club Sandwich Slayer Colon on the flip side. Let's go. And we are back with the winner of today, Ruru. Mr. Colon, how do you feel that you've kicked a puppy and you've TKO'd your first singles opponent?
Listen, despite what anybody wants to say, despite what anybody wants to throw out there, I feel great because I wasn't a coward. He challenged me. I took the challenge. I didn't study at all for this match, and I didn't do what he did. I didn't go and put a geek category on the wheel. I put something outside of the geek division on the wheel, and I got that category, and I did well in. I didn't study for this match at all, and this guy said he studied dance movies, and that's why he did decent. Guess what? I didn't study anything, and I still whooped him. So yeah, I feel great. I just proved how pathetic of a loser David really is.
Mean words from a man who scored 10 points. That being said, you did earn a TKO, so you're better than a lot of people right now, including your faction mate, I believe, Mark Kammeier, in singles. Do you want to return? Would you like to try again? Would you like to try and get lucky and throw your ball on the roulette wheel and see if it lands on one like you just had happen to you?
Listen, I'm all for a challenge. And yeah, I would love to compete more in singles. See, the thing is a lot of the time, the biggest ally any competitor has is confidence. Come into these matches confident. Be confident that you're going to win, and more than likely things will work out in your favor. Like, yeah, okay, I have no problem admitting that I got Pixar, my strength, but that's because I wasn't spending the entire match talking about, oh, I'm going to lose, I'm going to make you look bad. No, I came in saying that I was going to win and make the person that challenged me look bad. And that's what I won tonight.
So your confidence grew a body of its own and landed the wheel right on Pixar, like you asked. Maybe the universe just willed itself to be. But, focusing on singles, I know isn't your forte. You may come back, but if not, there's always World War Geek to look forward to. Do you have any words for your opponents, people who might beat you before then? Anything you want to say to the other geektacular competitors going into this big title shot?
Yeah. Don't even try. Put your time somewhere else that actually is going to make a difference, because the League of the Shadows, that World War Geek belongs to the League of the Shadows. One of us four are walking away with the championship by the end of that night. There's nothing anybody can do about it. And yeah, you guys saw this is the weakest division I can possibly compete in, and I won. So obviously, and that's something I don't even study. I study my heart out, my soul out, and the entire league does the exact same thing. We study our heart and soul and things that we, care about and believe in. And that's why we're a dominant force in the movie trivia face-off.
Dominant force requires some expertise and showing off, but we're not going to do any more of that today. That is enough of me. We'll go back to the desk for, more of me. Catch you on the flip side.
And we are back from those wonderful post-match interviews with somebody. I can't remember who it was. You heard it here first, folks. Lil Davey Spaniard, unearned confidence brimming all the way to the top. And Kanga's little boy Rue says, don't study. It's no good for you. It doesn't help at all. You heard him, kids. Studying, not cool. We've got Ruben Colon and David Spaniard Garcia both looking forward to a lot more matches coming up. Surely World War Geek is on that list for both of them. The king of the mountain, the top of the heap, and the first ever movie trivia face-off champion in the Geektacular League will be crowned on that day. I am looking forward so much to that. And our special guest on the desk, you will be excited when you find out who that is, folks. Stay tuned for more. Lots of exciting things going on here. The Star Wars division is coming back up, and we've got some amazing personalities every week for you, like myself, like Adelaide here on the desk. We've got our amazing crew. That's all the people who do all the work that maybe you don't think about, maybe you don't recognize all the time. Give them a lot of love. Their names coming by on the bottom of the screen. Our question writers, our editors are the heart and soul of what we do here. They are the most important part of the face-off, excluding, of course, yours truly. And one more big bit of news for you folks. It's a secret. I'll tell you right now before we get out of here. There may be a new commissioner in town soon. That's right. The Singles League will be getting some leadership, some much needed leadership, in my opinion. And good authority does tell me that the person who will be getting that position will be hardworking, good looking, and every bit as exciting as you could hope for. So I think we all know what that means. We'll find out more about that, and we'll see 2 more competitors, maybe even more if Teams rolls up soon, coming into that ring to face off for you fans. Thank you for joining us. Stay safe out there. Remember to wash your hands. Do not touch your face. And I'll see you next time we face off.